So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From the 22, Rodgers. Open man left side, it's the tight end, Tunyon. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now a give to Peterson running left. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Those defense for the Packers, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Eluding the pressure right. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can
try to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Now, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. From the pistol, they run with Peterson. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 2, here's 1st and goal. Peterson. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. They'll look to throw. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Eddie Jackson picks it, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. Think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not...
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 55 rushing yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
That run is what defenses don't like about dealing with Adrian Peterson. His ability to drop his shoulder and run through contact.
And he's amazing at keeping those strong legs going, isn't he?
For him, no run is ever truly over. I mean, he's actually not even convinced that when they blow the whistle, he's actually down. That's how he finishes runs in a big way.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. The Field's going to take this himself, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it's caught, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Darnell Mooney. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. They'll try and throw for it. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. A gain of 6 there on first. 2nd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers are back within a score. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And Charles, what a battle this is within the division, because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game they'll have a big advantage.
They find some open field here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 97 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
59 mark, check, 59. Ain't no such thing as a look.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll run with Peterson. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They try again with Peterson. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Adrian Peterson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears will add on to their lead. This no good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. Robert Tonyan, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
After the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Check nickel. Check crunch.
They start the drive with Peterson. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. The tackle there by Chris Barnes. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Deep ball for Goodwin. It got his man. Complete. Touchdown. Marquise Goodwin. 92 yards. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. He put quite a bit of air underneath that. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. That's going to be caught by C.J. Board. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Open man, here is Cobb. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And it's a Packers touchdown. Davante Adams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point try now for Crosby. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Here's Cohen now to return. A final shot before the break. Fields. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Here's Cohen now to return. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On 2nd down, Peterson. 109 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And that was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Flushed out right. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the 1st down. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession. Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Fields. Escaping the pressure right. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and it didn't do it very often.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Is going to go down. He's sacked. Mario Edwards flies in to blow that play up. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Another try after the 1st down sack. Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
On now is the Packers punter, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive.
A contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. Touchdown, Chicago! Darnell Mooney. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The Bears now will again go for two. They'll let Peterson try and run it in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of...
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get...
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Adrian Peterson with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2. They'll let Peterson try and run it in. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.